Hello everyone, this is Buck, and I'm going to start a little bit of a playthrough of the original Harry Potter game on the PlayStation 1, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone as it is in America. It's a bit of a primitive game, but for the first Harry Potter game it was pretty good. This is just the basic backstory, which I'm sure most people probably are already aware of. If you're playing this game, you've probably either seen the film or you've read the book, or more likely both, as a matter of fact. Unfortunately, they don't tell a story through any kind of cutscene, they just do it through these storybooks with a few illustrations telling you the basic backstory about Harry getting left with the Dursleys and whatnot. So that's all fun and good and nice and all. Kind of annoying that you can't skip it, unfortunately, because it's a little long, this actually. You get a few of these throughout the game. This is probably the longest of them, the sort of prologue segment. There's Harry with his letter with the Hogwarts crest on the back. You do actually see Diagon Alley later in the game, but not at the stage which you would expect to see it at the very beginning. You see it sort of midway through. You don't see the Hogwarts Express, unless you count that picture there.
Hoping that he would not be chosen for Slytherin house over Gryffindor.
In the book it always says that the sorting hat goes down over your eyes, but it doesn't do that in the film, and it's not doing it there either.
And Slytherin will help you on your way to greatness. No? Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. That's Harry's house. Okay, so now we get into the game. This is back in the days of the early primitive sort of 3D. So it kind of shakes about a little bit. Doesn't look too bad though. Everything's a sort of block or polygon type thing. Then of course you get loading screens, which you don't really get nowadays with games, even like really advanced ones. There's Dumbledore. He looks kind of weird. And unfortunately, as far as the actual gameplay is concerned, this is actually the only time you see him in the entire game. So enjoy it while you last, because you won't see him again.
Every door, but keep in mind, not all secrets are rewarding. Oh, which reminds me, the third floor corridor is out of bounds to everyone who does not wish to suffer a most painful death.
That's from the book, that, you see. So this is the start of the game. You get to move Harry around. You've got a portrait room there, which you can go into. You've got the Great Hall, which is locked at the moment. An hourglass on the ground, which is just on the ground, pointlessly. You've got the Hogwarts grounds, which are locked. You've got the broom cupboard, which is locked. And you've got the dungeons, which are locked. The broom cupboard remains locked throughout the entire game.
Blubber, oddment, tweak,
go back and talk to Dumbledore if you want.
Words, don't you think?
May as well just enjoy talking to him while you can, because you're not going to see him again. Go into the portrait room, but you can't go into any other rooms. All the other rooms do unlock later on, but the broom cupboard remains locked throughout the entire game.
I can't remember the last time I opened up.
This portrait's got a Nimbus 2000 behind it.
However, if you can find out the correct password, I'll give it a go.
I don't really know if it actually makes flying easier, having the Nimbus 2000 or anything. I've not really sort of looked into it that much, but it's always kind of nice to get the Nimbus 2000. In order to find out the password, well, we've got to speak to Fred and George. Let's go back and speak to Dumbledore one more time.
Huggy, Watty, Hogwarts. Oh, wonderful place to explore.
It isn't actually all that wonderful. Most of the corridors are completely empty and devoid of students. You'd expect to see quite a lot of students in Hogwarts, but I can't really find that many. Great Foyer is locked as well. You can go into these places later on, but for some reason they're locked at the moment. This is the only place you can go. It's a good thing you can go through this door, or else you'd be stuck, and that would be the end of the game. Nowhere. You can't go up any of these doors either. What is it with all the locked doors? It's such a wonderful place to explore, and yet all the doors are locked. Is there anywhere we can go? I'll tell you what, we'll go through this bookcase. That might have something cool behind it. Oh, a wizard card. Wizard cards are nice. There are 17 in the game, which is considerably less than most of the other games. Most of the other games have like 100 of them. In fact, I tell a lie, there are 18 of them. There's just 17 you collect during the game, and then one more you get at the end if you collect them all.
Dates unknown, most famous wizard of all time, sometimes known as Prince of the Enchanters, part of the court of King Arthur.
Probably the only wizard card you can get which is about a wizard card which covers a wizard which doesn't exist within the Harry Potter universe. It's from some other form of fiction. Let's go speak to Fred and George. That's always fun. George keeps nudging Fred for some reason. I don't know why.
And this is my brother, George. Hello there, Harry.
Their faces look alright, but the way they speak is a little odd.
And behind these special portraits are prizes.
Again, this is the early days of 3D.
Anyone can open up the
Oh, now Fred's nudging George for some reason.
If you bring us earwax every flavour beans,
Those
we'll
beans
tell
are
you the password.
enormous.
We'll be in the Gryffindor common room, which is through the portrait
Like what?
of the fat lady.
They're like half the size of you. Every flavour
See you
beans you
around,
collect
Harry.
in this game. Right, let's go to the Gryffindor common room.
Caput Draconis.
That's the password throughout the game. Doesn't change. Ugh, these loading screens. At least they're fairly quick. Gryffindor common room, which consists of 2 armchairs and a sofa, and 2 students in there. Not a particularly active common room, but whatever. Floating red books you can use to save your game.
Investigations continue into the break-in at Gringotts, rumoured to be the work of dark wizards. Gringotts goblins today insisted that nothing had been taken. The contents of the vault in question, which remain unidentified, had been withdrawn earlier that same day.
It's funny, I'm sure I read in the book that they do identify the vault. That's something else from the book. Just trying to... This game is sort of relatively faithful from the book, but in terms of the things you do in the game in order to advance, it's not got that much to do with the book. But they do attempt to sort of keep the story faithful to the book. This is, of course, the very first Harry Potter game, so you need to be a bit forgiving, I guess. Fred and George just stand there all day, waiting for their every flavour beans. Now we're going to go down here. And what have we got? We've got a ghost. Hello, ghosty. Oh, same to you, sir.
Hey, Harry.
Oh, here's Ron.
Ron Weasley.
Oh, another student! Gosh, I hadn't noticed that. There's actually another student in this school other than Harry, Ron and Hermione.
I think it was your owl Hedwig. Let's go after him.
This is the only time in the entire game you can actually enter this area. It's just basically a sort of tutorial. Not that this game really needs a tutorial, but you get a tutorial nonetheless.
Come on, Harry.
Because the door locks behind you and you've got no choice now.
Well, if it isn't the famous Harry
Ooh,
Potter.
look, it's Malfoy.
I'm Draco Malfoy, and you do well to
What's he
show
doing
me
with his leg there?
looking for that owl of
Is
yours.
he exercising?
How
Ooh.
careless of you to leave
And
it
up
lying
and
about.
down, and up
Go
and
home
down,
to your
and
mother,
up and
Potter.
down. Oh, yes.
Sorry, you
Is he trying to
don't
break
have
through the
one,
wall
do
or something
you?
with his foot or something? I don't know. Anyway, Malfoy just being typical nasty Malfoy there.
He's a nasty piece of work.
Not that
Just
the
ignore
controls
him.
in this game
Us
really need
Gryffindors should
explaining,
stick
but
together.
Ron's going to explain them to us anyway.
Come on, Harry. Follow me. To climb up, just push forwards on your controller.
They're basically the same kind of controls you see in every single
Let's go.
third-person platforming game. Push forward to climb up and push forward to jump.
Follow me. To jump, just approach the edge and keep pressing forwards on the controller.
Okay, now
Look,
understand why they
there's
maybe
another
want to
feather.
say that, but why
I'll
do they
double
need
back
this
and
whole,
watch the
like,
entrance. You
special
better go and
area
rescue
to
Hedwig.
try and get you used to the controls? It's really not necessary. Just got to collect feathers. This, in some strange way, unlocks the door. kind of nice. What on earth has happened to the sound? Ooh. Nearly Heather has decided to remain silent for this conversation. The sound of the door unlocking is still going on. Yeah, so basically you've got to get to the top of this room, and Heather is just going to tell us in text form in this particular instance, I guess. Well, let's go. Oh, I wish that sound would stop. Whoa, that was good. Jumped across and then nipped back in the other direction. Some nice paintings along here. Ooh, that was a bit glitchy, that. The sound's still going on. Should not see the dun 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 thing. No one asked your opinion. What can we do to try and change this? Music off. Yes, that seems to have done the trick. Okay, we're away. Stupid frog thing. If you eat frogs, they replenish some of your health. So they're actually kind of useful, but I've got full health at the moment anyway. So we don't need them. Another loading screen. Loading screens are stupid and annoying. We don't like them. Ah, now nearly Heather's things talking to us.
Careful, they're dreadfully poisonous. Press the cross button to cast the
They're not really poisonous, they just hurt you if you touch their sort of snail trail things.
And watch out for those.
And now we finally get to use our wand! Hooray! Well, hey! No music there for some reason. Let's turn the music back on. Music. Oh, there isn't any music. That's kind of the annoying thing about this game. There isn't any music during the gameplay, which is a shame because the music they did for this game was actually quite good. We're getting house points now. No one in Gryffindor other than Harry seems to collect any house points, it seems.
To rotate the game camera.
And we know there are other Gryffindor students in the school, because we see them. Ron, Hermione. We also see Neville later on. Because you're a couple of them in the Gryffindor common room, but apparently they can't get any points for us. It's all down to Harry.
Press the
sort of
button to view your
tutorial books you've got here.
You can also cast a Flipendo knockback jinx from this view. See what you can find to Flipendo in this room.
Flipendoing is fun, I think.
Hello again. Did you notice that those poisonous snails twinkle? Things that twinkle can be affected by a Flipendo.
Sure, I wouldn't really say that that's twinkling. It's just got a sort of spark above it.
This is a jinx block. Your Flipendo knockback jinx will move it aside. To move
you won't move it aside, move it forward in the direction you're casting the spell. Die, block, die, die, die! Well, hey, more house points. I don't know why you get house points for that. Let's kill that rat. Yeah, I can understand why you get house points for that. I didn't kill it, it just sort of ran off. And the door unlocks again. How fun. We like unlocking doors. Unlocking doors are fun. Oh my god! It's Emperor Palpatine! No, it's not really. I think it's Quirrell. But, that cutscene is completely pointless, so,
now take a look at this.
who cares?
A tall jinx block like this one needs a charged Flipendo knockback jinx to move it. To cast
dear.
a charged
Now we're
knockback
really in
jinx,
trouble.
hold down the cross button to build up the spell before releasing it.
Yeah. Now Harry's thinking, what the hell's he talking about? Holding down the cross button? Pushing the triangle button? Pushing forward on your controller? What are they on about? You know, is there like some person in some other world that's controlling me on like their PlayStation or something? I mean, it makes no sense. He probably is thinking that, yeah. But he doesn't care, because he's Harry. He's Harry Potter. I'm just going to go over here just to destroy this spider's web. You think you need Incendio for that, wouldn't you? You do actually learn Incendio later in this game. And now, Flipendo! He only says Flipendo when you really charge up the spell. If you just do a normal Flipendo thing, he doesn't say anything. See? He doesn't say anything. Actually, Harry doesn't say very much in this game. He never talks in the cutscenes. I guess he's like Link. You remain silent to create the illusion you're actually playing as yourself. Another feather, and another door unlocks. I gotta say, this tutorial bit is pretty dull. There aren't many enemies to fight in it.
Now I'm trapped by these enchanted books. I've lost my wand.
How exactly are you trapped by them? They're like out of the way, like up in the air. What? Can you not just walk past them? Oh, now he's talking about holding down the controller and pressing down the cross button. Like, what are these people talking about? Once again, you get house points for killing the books. That doesn't make much sense. I think this school would want you to take care of the books. Now what's Neville doing?
The lever is around here somewhere.
Oh, there was a lever? Why didn't you just tell me?
There! I found it!
That was easy. What lever was this that he pushed? Let's see if we can see. Well, didn't mean to do that. Where's this lever? I see no lever. What lever was it that you pulled, Neville? I need to know. Quite a nice room, this sort of library bit. It's a shame, really, that we're never going to come into this room ever again. It's just for this tutorial bit. And another loading screen. I like this loading screen, it's kind of nice. Oh, now this bit makes absolutely no sense. Look, Hedwig's trapped in a cage. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah. Can't get out. Sure. There's Neville. Looking kind of scared. I don't know why. There's nothing in here. This massive room. It could have like had some massive boss battle or something. In fact, that's probably what they meant it for originally. Like a sort of boss battle for you to fight some massive enemy at the end before you can free Hedwig. But no. They didn't bother with any of that.
I really want to get out of this place. It's scary.
What's scary about it? There's nothing in here. But look, you free Hedwig from the bars. Okay, so she gets out of the place that she was trapped in. And then she goes back into the place where she was trapped in order to escape. So she could have escaped the whole time. That makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I see you rescued Hedwig. She was eager to get out, so I opened the door for her.
Well, she obviously wasn't eager to get out because she could have escaped the whole time and didn't.
Neville. I'm in Gryffindor too. Harry helped me escape from some flapping books. Nice to meet you, Neville.
Right, that sounds kind of random when you say it like that.
It's alright. You guys go ahead. I think I've lost my toad, Trevor. Come on, Harry. Let's go.
Right, well, why did you follow Harry along the way? If you were still looking for your toad, Trevor. Huh? Explain that to me. Oh, another loading screen. Loading screens are stupid. Loading screens are like the, I don't know, the, sort of mosquitoes of video games. There's a broom. It's not the Nimbus 2000.
Wow! Hedwig brought you a broomstick. I'll show you where the flying lesson is. Follow me.
That door locks. And we're never going to be able to go back in there throughout the entire game.
Here's the doorway to the flying lesson. Watch yourself, Harry. I hear Madam Hooch is really strict. I'm still waiting for my broomstick. Our stupid owl is ancient. It's going to take forever. I'll wait for you here.
Ron never actually does get a broom during the game, unfortunately. In fact, I never really remember Ron flying a broom Even in the
Madam
book.
Hooch, your teacher.
At least
There
not
is
in
a
the
house
first
point
book.
bonus if you excel at any of the following tasks. Steer your broomstick using the directional buttons and press
Or
the cross
5
button to
house
move
points you get for
forwards.
completing each of
First,
these.
fly through each
I
hoop that
heard a
appears in
rumour
sequence. On my
that
whistle
you could
then.
unlock the broom cupboard in the entrance hall by getting maximum points on Quidditch training. But I've never been able to do that. I think the third task you have to fly through like 40 or 50 rings or something to get maximum points. I can't even come close to doing that, so I reckon somebody's made that up.
Oh!
Come on, Harry, up. When you fly up a bit. Damn controls.
Well done.
Oh,
5
did it
points
anyway.
for Gryffindor. The next test is a little harder, but there are bonus house points if you succeed. Fly through each magic hoop that appears. Remember, slow down to turn tighter. Ready, Potter? On my whistle, then. 3, 2,
Slow
1.
down to 10 tight. What does that mean? I can't really control my speed. All I can do is just press X to move. Right, now down. You've got to play 20 rings. So let's fly through this one. Harry, you can do better than this. Go on, go, 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 go. Yeah, we got another ring there. These rings are fun to fly through.
Oh!
It's kind of a sort of primitive way to start off the game, though. Jumping around on platforms, collecting feathers, walking through areas that don't have very much in them, and flying through rings. It reminds me of Superman 64. God, I'm really not selling this game to you guys, am I? It does get better later on, though. And it is the first Harry Potter game, so
I do believe you,
You know,
have a natural talent.
need
for
to be a
this.
bit forgiving.
Ready for a tougher challenge? There are bonus house points for a perfect score. As before, fly through each of the magic hoops. Concentrate now. On my whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Right, the final challenge. It's pretty much impossible to get all the rings on this one. So I'm just going to see how many I can get. I think you need to get like 20 of them or something in order to pass. Come on, press through the ring, Harry. Oh, this is so rubbish, these controls. I tend to not like the swimming or flying controls in any game, really.
Oh!
Excuse me. Sorry, Madam Hooch, I didn't mean to do that. Come on, Harry. Get it. Get it, get it, get it. Yeah! Okay, have we got enough? I don't know.
Well done, Potter.
Yes, we have. Hooray! We've done it at last!
You have mastered the basics of broomstick control. Now run along.
Oh, and that was it. That was all we had to do. We just had to fly through rings. There is a little bit more Quidditch training you get later on, so
Hi, Harry. Have you met Hermione yet?
it gets a bit more fun.
She's a real know-it-all and a teacher's pet.
Ooh, look,
No,
it's Hermione.
I'm not.
Strangely, not really
Hello,
looking much
Harry.
like Hermione
Charles'
from the
class is
films.
about to start. Isn't it exciting? She's rather annoying, isn't she?
What, just by saying hello and saying that Charms class is about to start? We do kind of need to attend the class we're on, so letting you know that it's about to start was actually kind of useful. I reckon Ron is secretly in denial. He secretly has a crush on Hermione. And he's just sort of trying to throw people off track. That's what boys do a lot of the time.
Oh no! I forgot in my spell book. I'll
Yeah,
catch
sure you
up.
have, Ron. You just don't want to attend the class. Because you're a lazy twat. Anyway. In order to get to class, you've got to jump around on some tables. Which is kind of fun.
Get to the
first we gotta
charms
talk to
class
this
before
guy.
The timer runs out. Walk through the floating clocks
Yeah,
to
we
start the
know.
timer.
Oh, whatever, man. We know about this already. Those yellow things you're collecting are the every flavour beans the Fred and George want, by the way. You've got to get 50 of them, I think. Ooh, now this bit's a little harder. The jumping makes it quite easy though. So you've got to change direction. Back and forth. Ow! Rubbish! That was so rubbish it was even more rubbish than most things. You lose house points if you don't make it in time. So we better make sure we make it in time. Or Flitwick will take house points away. And be very angry. Oh, we made it, hooray.
You must be Harry Potter. Welcome to Charms class. You're just in time. Welcome, young wizards. I am Professor Flitwick.
That's quite a nice
today
looking class,
you will learn the spell Wingardium Leviosa.
Bit of a fire hazard with those candles, though.
Move and press the symbol button it points to. Complete each sequence 3 times.
Oh, this is
to
rubbish,
learn the
this.
spell
This is the way that you learn the spells. You just
Leviosa.
press some
Now you try.
buttons
Remember,
in sequence.
press the symbol button that my wand points to. Get ready.
It's like playing Guitar Hero. It's just a basic game of Simon
Not
Says.
good.
Wrong.
Keep trying.
Oh, this is rubbish, this.
Keep trying. That was good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect.
Well, hey. Why I struggled so much.
Keep
Start
up
there.
now. It's going to get harder.
Alright, next one. Oh, that was stupid.
Oh dear. That was good.
Okay, we're back on track.
Excellent. Perfect.
Yeah. We're the masters of pressing buttons
Well
in sequence.
done. You've
Yeah.
mastered Wingardium Leviosa.
That is such a rubbish way to learn the
Danger
spells.
easily.
I wish they'd come up with
Follow
something
me
more
to see the
imaginative.
Wingardium Leviosa spell. Put
It's a
it
shame
to
because there are
practice.
some quite good bits to this game.
Now, listen carefully.
Like doing
An
God,
object that
the
is
actual
charmed
casting
will
of
be
Wingardium
marked with a
Leviosa is
yellow
actually kind of fun.
spark. A charmed object can be levitated. Keep the cross button depressed if you want to change the object.
Depressed? Who the hell wants to depress a cross button? Hey, cross button, you're so rubbish,
Try
you know,
levitating
nobody
the
likes
hourglass
you.
onto its
You know,
pedestal to open the
the
door.
cross button famine. No, that's,
Press the triangle button
it's
to
no
release
doubt
the
that your
object.
entire cross button family are dead. You know, your brother went to war and was killed. You know. I don't want to treat a cross button like that. Oh, I'm going to have to if I want to levitate this hourglass, though. Cross button, your entire family's dead.
Well done. 5 points to Gryffindor.
Another loading screen. Oh, now what's this? A letter floating in midair.
Dear Harry, please meet me in the castle grounds. You can get to the castle grounds through the front door of the castle.
Oh, no shit, Hagrid.
A cup of tea and a chat. I have something important to tell you. Your friend, Hagrid.
I like Hagrid's voice in this game. More every flavour beans. We like them. Every flavour beans are fun. Okay. Now you start to realise what takes up a large part of this game, and that's wandering around empty corridors. This place is meant to be a school, for crying out loud. I see no students anywhere. And no music during the gameplay either. I think I've said that already, but I think it's kind of stupid. No music during the actual gameplay. I'm going to get some house points for that as well, which is nice. Now the doors up here are unlocked. Well, one of them is. The Great Foyer. I don't know what's so great about it. But we are at least going to be able to get another wizard card. And some beans. And this is the wizard card. This is the second one we can get in the game.
Salazar Slytherin.
Out of 17. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the wizard cards, actually. Because some of them are pretty hard to get, actually. Founder of Hogwarts. Of course, we learn all about him in the second book.
Dates unknown. Co-founder of Hogwarts. Gave his name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
Yeah. The evil house, Slytherin. Well, they're not evil, but they're dark and depressing. Depressing like that cross button. No, we were making the cross button depressed, weren't we? Oh, I should shut up about that now. It's a feeble joke. There's a red book where you can save the game if you want. Some more heavy flavor beans. Just sitting around, waiting to be collected. And we actually have to avoid some enemies here, which makes a nice change. In order to collect some heavy flavor beans. They're pretty easy to avoid though. You just got to avoid being bonked on the head with their axes. Now, I think there's one other place we can go. We can't go through that bookcase. I'm sure there's one more.
Watch out for the suits of armour.
Oh, hello,
I think
you.
Peeves has been at work. I hope I never meet one.
We do see Peeves later in the game, which is kind of cool, because we don't see him in the films. I heard a rumour that if Peeves had been in the films, he was going to be played by Rick Mayer, so maybe it was just as well that we didn't see him.
Help me, Harry!
Oh, this is fun.
Some nasty Slytherin student has charmed all of my chocolate frogs, pumpkins, and cauldrons into the air. Please help me to get them
he
back.
hasn't really charmed them into the air. He's just sort of throwing them up and down and up and down. You can see from the little inventory thing at the bottom of the screen, you've got to hit 6 chocolate frogs, 2 pumpkins, and 2 cauldrons. And I'm having a lot of trouble with the controls at the moment. My timing's off. I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm getting used to it. Well, hey. Just missed that one. Get the frog. Yeah, we got the frog. We like getting frogs. Because frogs are stupid. Get it. Oh! This is rubbish, this. I'm doing rubbish. Come on, get the pumpkin. Yeah, we got all the pumpkins we need now. We need 3 more frogs and a cauldron. Cauldron. Yes! We got all the cauldrons we need now. Just 3 more frogs. Get that frog, Harry. Hit the frog. Hit the frog. Was that a game or something? I'm trying to think. Battle toads. Oh, Frogger. It's the one I'm thinking of, isn't it? That's got nothing to do with hitting things with projectiles. That's crossing the road. Well, hey! Oh, I like the way he does a little clap of his hands.
Have my famous Witches and Wizards card as a reward.
Hey, what's that behind him? It's a sort of witch lollipop thing. I've never noticed that before. What on earth is that?
Cornelius Agrippa.
Let's have a look at this guy.
Cornelius
The number 2
Agrippa,
wizard card.
1486 to 1535. Celebrated wizard, imprisoned by Muggles for his writings.
Really? We imprisoned him? I wonder if he's someone who really exists then, or really did exist. I'll have to look that up. Right, that was fun and cool and nice. Now, we need to go back to the entrance hall, I think. Where are we going? Do we want to go through here? Oh, no we don't. May as well collect the stuff we got here anyway, the ever clever beans. Because we do need them. Need another 17. Come on, bonk your axe. Well, hey. Bonk that. Bonky bonk. I don't want to get bonked on the head. It's rather painful. The thing about 3D games, making the jumps are a little tricky. Oh, wow! Oh, now we've got to climb all the way back up in order to do that one more bean. Of course, I can't just take the beans I've already got and leave. No, I have to get all of them. I think there are more beans in the game than you actually need, but if I have an opportunity to collect a bean, I kind of want to collect it. Need another 10. There's a ton of them in the entrance hall. Not the entrance hall, the Great Hall. So we should have enough in order to persuade Fred and George to give us the password. No, we don't want to go to Gryffindor Tower. Entrance hall. How does the door to the entrance hall? Is it this one? Sorry, need to do that. Another loading screen. I should probably cut these out in later parts. Yes, here we go.
Well, well, Potter, we meet again. Having a tour of the castle, are we? This is as far as you'll be going. You won't get past me, no matter how hard you try. Trapped
I
in
wasn't
a big
planning to
stone
try and get
castle,
past you,
eh?
Malfoy, to be honest.
Oh dear, I think Potter is going to cry.
Well, you're trapped in here as well, you know, Malfoy. Trapped by me. Well, you're trapped by the game because, you know, for all eternity you're just going to stand there, not really doing anything. Right, some more Everclever beans. Need to collect. Right, I need 8 more. I rolled as many Great Hall as I remember. You can hear people talking in the Great Hall, but there's nobody in here. It's kind of weird. Like they can't even be bothered to put, like, you know, students that just sit there and don't move throughout the entire game in the Great Hall. They've actually made the Great Hall completely deserted, but still put the sound effect of people talking. It's kind of strange, that. There's so much more they could have added to this game just to make it a bit more sort of aesthetically pleasing. Just add the odd enemies here and there, the odd just people here and there, so you don't feel like you're just trudging around a completely empty school. Music to the gameplay. There's just so many simple little things they could have added in to make this game a bit more pleasant. You can now go into the dungeons, but I believe, if memory serves correctly, you can't actually go into the dungeons themselves. Oh, got some more beans. Just connect to them. A bit dark in here.
Mr. Potter, your celebrity status does not grant you snooping rights. A sloth brain has gone missing from my classroom. No potions lesson until it is returned.
Why? Why, Snape? Come on, tell me.
Dungeons are closed until the sloth brain is returned.
Yeah, why? Why, Snape?
Pestering me, Potter.
Oh, please yourself then. Doesn't make any sense there. SLYTHERIN. Is the sloth brain dangerous or something? Or, you know, is it dangerous to go into the dungeons without a sloth brain? Who knows? Who cares, to be honest? What is a sloth? It's that sort of animal that basically spends like 90% of its time sleeping, I think, isn't it? Anyway, now we've got to trudge all the way back into the Gryffindor common room to give the Everclever beans to Fred and George, because I think we have enough now. Oh, we can levitate this candle. Oh, didn't get anything for it.
Caput Draconis.
Oh well. And Fred and George, where are you? Where are you, Fred and George?
Thanks for the
There you are.
flavour beans. The password for the portrait of the old posh baron is Fizzy Pop. Hope you find the portrait. It'll be worth it. See
I've
you
already
around.
found the portrait, thanks. Found it like the very first I went into in the entire game. It's a weird way this Harry sort of turns around and watches after them. Now that bloke's who's told me about chocolate frogs is gone. Might as well save the game. Because saving the game is useful in case things malfunction and you lose everything. It's kind of like life in a way. You need to sort of save your life at a certain stage to make sure that you don't lose all your money into a savings account or something. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying that suddenly. I'm talking about finance. Let's get back to this video game. Okay, so now we have to go into the portrait and collect our reward.
Fizzy Pop.
Well done, young sir. That's the correct password. Let's see
What's
if
up
I
with
can
his
get
voice?
these
It's
old
sort of
Hindus
echoey.
working.
Maybe it's because this is such a sort of echoey kind of room that he's in. I don't know. I don't know how the portraits work. How they're able to talk and how they're able to move. It's all sort of magic, isn't it? This is kind of a nice room. I'm just thinking of all the Gryffindor stuff they've got in here. What would happen if a Ravenclaw or a Slytherin or a Hufflepuff came along and said to the portrait, Fizzy Pop, he said, "No, you can't come in here, you're not a Gryffindor." School showing a bit of bias towards Gryffindors, I think. Anyway, there's the Nimbus 2000. What else do we have? Oh, we've got to fight Malfoy, haven't we?
Wingardium Leviosa.
This is kind of fun, this fight against Malfoy. Just got to levitate these hourglasses first. These are big hourglasses, actually. I wonder where Dumbledore's gone. He must have gone out the front door, because it was the only one that wasn't locked. Actually, no, the front door was locked as well. It's a complete mystery where Dumbledore went. Wherever he went, Malfoy must have showed up afterwards and taken charge of the entrance hall. And I don't know why the front door does that,
For a lesson, Potter.
but
Let me teach
Malfoy
you
obviously
about
thinks it was
wizard
Harry's
crackers.
fault, because now he wants revenge.
You're not leaving this castle until I have revenge.
Revenge for what? Revenge for levitating some hourglasses? I don't know. Anyway, you've got to pick up these wizard crackers and throw them at Malfoy. You have to get your timing right. Wait till he's just about to throw a wizard cracker before tossing one at him. You don't need to worry about your aim. Targeting system comes on automatically.
Crab, take care of this upstart.
Now things get a little harder,
Now, Potter,
because he starts throwing
I'll
super
give you a
wizard
taste of
crackers
my
at you.
Super wizard crackers.
Crab comes in here. If he hadn't brought Crab in here, actually, you'd be onto a bit of a loser, really, because you can't actually use the super wizard crackers to throw back at Malfoy. But luckily, Crab throws the regular crackers at you. Okay. Just wait for him to get a super cracker out. There we go. Some of them release chocolate frogs, which is kind of useful. Malfoy's being sneaky. Actually being able to avoid. Yes, we got him. Okay, now we need one more hit. Still that time. Come on, Harry. Haven't got all day. Go around doing this. What is up with the way that Harry moves in this level? It's very bizarre. Glides back and forth. Missed it completely there. It's rubbish. Malfoy is done for.
Crab, you idiot! You're supposed to protect me. Goyle, get
How
in
exactly
here.
was he protecting you,
Now we'll
Malfoy?
show this twit who the real wizards are.
He was protecting you by throwing things at Harry that Harry then threw at Malfoy. So if he wasn't throwing those things in the first place, he'd be probably doing a better job at protecting him. Anyway, basically the same kind of thing, except now Goyle is also throwing regular crackers at you. That had to hurt. You think, since the crackers go off after a short period of time when they're lying on the ground, you think you'd have only a limited amount of time to throw the cracker once you picked it up, but no. You have all the time you want to throw the cracker once you picked it up. There we go. We've beaten Malfoy.
Next time you won't be so lucky.
You've just beaten him, you haven't injured him or killed him or anything, so... There's no obvious kind of reason why Malfoy's given up at this point, but whatever. They're going off to Gryffindor Tower now for some reason, even though they're Slytherins. Goyle obviously has a better idea. Oh, no he doesn't. He went the wrong way. Oh, right. Now I think we are going to look at the house point totals.
Meanwhile,
yes.
The house point hourglasses are slowly filling up.
Okay, so what have we got? We've got a completely empty Great Hall again. Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw.
I have 52. That's not bad. Hufflepuff have 57, so 5 more. Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw never have any sort of decent amount of points. Slytherin are the only real threat to Gryffindor's title.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. With 90.
Gryffindor are in the lead on house points.
None of the other students collect any house points whatsoever.
Consecutive year?
No, of course they won't. Oh dear.